Bracknall-Mania has swept the country.
But there's only one way to play football, the winning way.
Not a game going
Bob.
on. And where did I get the Storm? Where did I get the Storm?
There'd have been none of that. What happened with you and Wynney with Don Carlo?
It's the line of Dewey, Paul. It's World Cup.
This episode may contain strong language and themes of an animal nature.
Hello and welcome to this special World Cup edition of Games Gone, the Steve Bracknell podcast. My name is Paul Sampson, sports broadcasting professional, business leader and first team manager of the Royal Oak FC here in Sheffield.
My name's Steve Bracknell, assistant manager at Royal Oak FC in downtown Atlanta, Georgia, in a right good diner. Howdy, brothers.
Bob the Bucket, physio in my front room.
Howdy, brothers. Who's this guy?
This is what they said down here. I'm fully embraced in local culture, Paul. Honestly.
What's with them glasses?
You got a migraine?
Nah, I just look, I feel the part, I look the part. This is what they do around here. It's brilliant.
Bob. He's gone to his head.
He looks alright, not bad.
Steve, I can just looking behind you, looks like you're in a classic American diner.
Oh, this is proper. All right, we done all skyscraper backdrops for you in Dallas. Went to a nice little place in Boston, but this, I told you I was going to take you to Art America. This is proper deep South America. Very good. Proper Breaking Bad tackle. Should we start with New York City? New York City was the game changer of this trip. Everything changed, not just my surroundings. Something inside me changed, lads. Something inside me changed. When I saw that Manhattan skyline and I hit the big lights, Bob, listen to me clearly here.
Get a grip.
Bob, listen to me clearly, mate.
Yeah?
Bracknell-Mania has swept the country.
Shut up.
I'm telling you now.
Bob,
You've
he's
got
lost his
crackers, man. Get your son
Lads.
back here.
Lads, this is Beatles landing in what year was it, Paul?
Oh
64?
my God, get him glasses
This
off.
is Beatles landing. This, as Bracknell-Mania is a thing in New York, night before Panama game. I would have 5 parties. Steve, can you come here? Steve, can you come here? Honestly, it was manic. I went down 5th Avenue. It must have been 10 times. Where are you? Upper Manhattan. All right, on my way. Where are you? Lower Manhattan. All right, I'm on my way. Taxi. You know, flagging them yellow taxis down. You feel like $1 million, man. You feel like Hollywood. Unbelievable.
He thinks he's a rock star. Bob.
Bob, Paul, I'm talking, hands out, cards are out on the table now. And I mean every single word of what I'm about to say, all right?
I bet you
And I'll
will.
get some shit from listeners. I know that. I'm thick-skinned.
Have you found Jesus?
No, I've not found Jesus.
Plays for Arsenal, doesn't he?
I found my sen. And let me tell you now, there's a massive opportunity for us. And I need to know who's on board.
For what?
A Royal Oak American franchise.
Have you had a bang on head? Does somebody know you're on head?
No, you bring me down. I have ideas. I go out and see things. You bring me. You laughed at me when I started doing things on the internet, and you're laughing now. I'm telling you now.
MLS.
The Americans adore us.
Where would you have this MLS franchise then? Whereabouts?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas.
Texas. It's massive. There's room for one more rodeo in this town. I'm telling you now. Austin FC, they could be Nag's Head. Create a right. They don't have rivalry in America. We'll create one. They'll love it. What I'm learning as I'm out road, listen to me clearly, what I'm learning while I'm out road is that people, not just British people, Americans too, are sick to death of shiny, shitty, plastic bullshit. What they want is real, authentic, down-to-earth characters. Bob, you're a mystical character.
I always will be, because there's no way I'm going over there.
Bob, you're a mystical character in New York. Who's this Bob the Bucket they speak about?
How do you want to go about setting up this MLS franchise
Paul,
then?
I'll give you credit. You can do business. You can talk iron legs off a donkey. You know how to network. Get out of here. Get a Virgin Atlantic flight. Other flights are
No
available.
chance.
Touchdown and come and talk to people. Beckham did it.
I'm off to Calabria.
Beckham did it. Why can't
I've not
Bracknell?
got time for that.
Beckham did it. Why can't Bracknell, mate? And I'll tell you now, if we get to Miami, I'm going to ring Beckham. His business partner follows me, David Gardner. I'm going to say, Bracknell and Beckham, all the bees. It's there for the taking.
Have World Cup fever hit America
Is
now,
it
does
it? It's gripped him. And I'm in the epicentre of it. There's an hurricane of soccer, football. I don't even care what you call it. There's an hurricane going
Bob.
on. And we're in higher storm. We're in the eye of the storm.
I think he's got sunstroke, you know.
He's calling it soccer, Bob.
Did you just call it
very
soccer?
No, I didn't call it
Did you
soccer.
call it soccer?
No, listen, Bob.
Game has gone.
No, forget game's gone. I'm being clever. I'm tapping into the psyche. Lads, don't fucking ignore this. This is your chance, Bob. This is your chance to change your lives. And our Nicky's, Deborah's. Bob, come on board, man. We can do this.
Man, come on, man.
All right.
Come on.
Listen.
Get them shades off and get a grip.
I'm telling you now, lads. Don't do what Kinks did in 60s and avoid America. Bob, you've not got any drug charges, have you?
I take paracetamol when I have an headache.
Not prescription drugs. You've never smoked. You didn't smoke pot in 60s or all like that.
I were only 4.
70s then. It's 80s. You've never smoked pot, have you?
Never ever in my life. I've never smoked.
Bob, go down to Ecclesfield Police Station, talk to local Bobby, ask him to bring up your police records because it's very, very strict.
I ain't got
You
a
can't
police
fuck us up.
record. I ain't got a police
Good.
record.
Good. Winnie's up. There's complications because Winnie and Elsie have fucking no chance of getting in country. No chance. But we can talk about
Listen.
that.
What, are they going to play for a team then that you're setting up?
We're not playing and managing. We'll come up and set a franchise up. We'll come up, do promo, do press, and then fuck off back to Imperial League. It's an absolute waterfall of money.
What about Mexico? How are you going to get to Mexico?
Got to fly in. I'm going to fly into Mexico City. I'll be honest. Can I be honest? I'm not afraid to.
Go on, be honest.
I'm not afraid to admit my weaknesses. I'm very nervous about walking out at Azteca, having knocked Mexico out at World Cup.
Why? Because you're so famous?
No, to do with that. We're absolute sitting ducks. I can't exactly put a sombrero on and pretend I'm Mexican. I'm a fucking I'm the most English-looking man in the world. It's very worrying. I need a plan, an exit plan, and how to get out of that stadium safe. Or maybe that's where it ends, in a bloodbath outside Azteca. It's hard not to get carried away because England-Mexico in Azteca is an iconic fixture. At 1 a.m. UK time, it's the biggest game for years, surely.
We've got problems closer to home, as I'm sure you might appreciate, Steve, or may not do, given that you're off there gallivanting around America. Matt Wynn is out there, off the reservation, doing commercial deals without me or anybody from Royal Oak giving him green light.
Winner is now advertising meet and greets. Meet and fucking greets with Winner. Bob, have you seen it?
I've seen it. I'm disappointed. He don't even play
You
for us.
told me you were going to go.
He's got our shirt on.
I know.
He don't play for us.
He don't play for Nag's Head. He don't play for Royal Oak, but he's doing meet and greets. We've looked after that kid in the last 2 months, and once again, as soon as he's back on his feet, he starts shitting on his heads.
He's got a new girlfriend who's putting
It's
a
Sir
disco
Lindsay.
on. Swallow Nest.
Bang out order.
Right. Now, I did ring him. I said, look.
You should be
Matt,
keeping a control of this.
I
Club's
am.
falling
I
apart
said,
in my
Matthew.
absence. And if you mess this
No,
up,
I said-
you mess franchise up.
I just said, Matthew, I'm an experienced branding and business guy. I said, we're not really comfortable with using, our branding, our marketing.
Why ain't you saying that then? Get that shirt off. You don't play for us. End of.
This is a very, very slippery slope because before you know it, you'll have Bob the Bucket DJ sets.
I've been asked to do that.
What you playing? What does a Bob the Bucket DJ set sound like?
Motown. And a bit of Northern Soul.
Bob,
Yep.
if we strike a deal, 20% back into club.
I did agree to allow Matt Wynn's disco to proceed.
Fucking terrible
as
decision.
planned.
Terrible. You're a weak
No.
leader. You're a weak leader.
No, I'm not a weak leader. I'm not a
You've
weak leader.
crumbled. You've got it on. You went on
No.
your toes and you crumbled, Samson. You've crumbled.
Or am I smart? Because I've agreed for a little clip. 15% to Oak, 15% to Samsung Electrics.
Paul, do you want me to do you some maths? 15% of fuck all is fuck all.
Correct.
Who the fuck, as it works all week, 40 hours, and says to the missus or the husband, what are we doing Saturday? No, love. Fancy going to swallow nest in Rotherham to meet fucking Winner? Get a grip. Ambitious, to say at least.
Well, there will be lots of people listening to Radio 1 and during the rest of the World Cup where I have also done a deal for you to be the roving reporter for Greg James. How do you feel about that, Steve?
It's an absolute honour and a privilege to be voice at morning radio show in UK. Greg James is a colleague of mine now. We got on very well. Bit of jibbing, like it.
What we need from you are wrong answers only. No passing, no swearing, and the answer has to be sort of related to the question. Are you ready to give some wrong answers?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Where is the World Cup currently being played?
It's being played in Guatemala.
What did I put in my coffee this morning?
Collagen. That might be right. You sound like one of them people.
Thanks very much. Who released this year's World Cup song?
Steve Bracknell.
What is the Royal Oak?
It's an ornament that Queen Victoria left to a family, and it ended up in Diana's possession, and now no one knows where it's gone, and that's why I'm going to Mexico to try and find it.
Who's the lead singer of Arctic Monkeys?
That will be him, Johnny Burrell.
And who is Taylor Swift getting married to this weekend?
Bob the Bucket, my physio. I think we could go a step further. I think Bob the Bucket could host the Tea Time show. Or maybe Sunday morning show, Bob. Do you know when they're all going to... I was saying I can't do Sunday mornings.
Sunday morning love songs, radio.
No, I'm radio too. I love radio.
Sunday mornings,
Sarah
guys.
Cox, fantastic.
Sunday mornings, anyone?
I think I'm more of a discerning Six Music type of DJ.
Can I just get it straight? If you haven't forgot, Bob,
Yeah.
we run a Sunday league football team. We're
Yeah.
playing a Sunday morning.
Hey.
It's all recorded.
Radio 2 or no Radio 2, you're not doing it, mate, because you're coming to baiting away with me and Paul.
All right, Steve, the Oak lads have sent in a few videos of them watching the England games. They thought you might want to see it. Take a look at this.
Come on, England, you're shocking at minute, mate. Get something question. Come on.
Yes! Get in! Come on! Shoot it! Yes! What a fucking goal!
That's right, touch me, that. I'm missing everybody, I am. It's all right swanning about New York and in diners and meeting cowboys and that, but there's no place like home. They said that in Wizard of Oz.
Steve, I've got a message for you.
Go on, Bobby, don't make me cry.
Take them glasses off, mate. You look stupid.
Tell him, Bobby. There he is, look.
Fair enough, Bob.
All right, now it's time for some post-match reaction to England's game against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here's what we've had to say.
Steve Bracknell here outside the Atlanta Stadium in the round of 32, where England take on Democratic Republic of Congo. I'll be honest, stadium looks like a museum, although it's not free entry. It's red hot. When I say hot, it's beyond hot. Look at Dog, it's red hot. He's just had a rage drink. He's still supping. Dog's hot, Bracknell's hot, England are hot. This could line up a game against Mexico in the iconic Azteca. I'm spitting. I feel that passionately about it. Steve Bracknell here. We're outside Atlanta Stadium with my mate Furman. So you happen to be in knockout rounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the DRC Congo.
Oh, I love it. Let's have a look at flag.
Yeah. Let me do this for you.
Okay, no problem.
Representing the DRC.
Left of the ground there.
Yeah. Representing the DRC.
What's the score going to be?
3-1. DRC.
Oh, come on, Furman.
Penalty.
Brother, enjoy game. Respect. Steve Bracknell, assistant manager of Royal Oak FC, after England's nerve-wracking win against Democratic Republic of Congo. Harry Kane is the greatest striker in the world. He's beyond doubt. Don't talk to me about Erling. He's Harry. Anyway, are we going to Mexico? I'll see you in Mexico. If we do win, don't beat me up. Come on!
All right, let's move it on. Normally, this section is called The Week in Question, but as Steve is busy gallivanting around the USA, Canada and Mexico, this section is now entitled The World Cup in Question. There's only one place to start. Germans are gone. Lost on penalties to Paraguay. How do we feel?
I'll say it. I'm ecstatic. Don't tell me, oh no, it's all good. It's all in the past. Don't tell me you don't fucking love Germans getting knocked out.
Did you see how bad them penalties were? Germans never used to do that. They used to ping them into top corner, unsavable.
The first time the Germans have ever lost on penalties in a World Cup. History.
Listen, lads, let me offer you some reflections as a professional sports broadcaster. Firstly, Nagelsmann. I think we've dodged a bullet with England. We could have had him instead of Tuchel. We've dodged a bullet. Secondly, I think Paraguay ought to hang their heads in shame.
Why?
You what?
Hang their heads in shame.
Why?
They had no interest in playing football. They got them, what do they call them, two centre-halves? Nightclub bouncers, they were described. That's pre-match.
That's exactly what you want at back, Paul. Two absolute brutes.
Oh, like Kirk and Big L. Yeah, no interest in passing ball whatsoever. Boot it in corners, reset, defend.
Who's in next round?
Exactly, Bob. Exactly, Bob. No, not now, Bob. Nah, there's a certain way you've got to play football.
No. There's only one way to play football. The winning way.
The winning way, Bob. Thank you very much.
Regressive, backwards-looking Bracknell
You know
ball.
what it's like.
Bracknell
You've
ball.
been away from home in Sheffield. You've got to go, I don't know, Totley. You've got to go and get a smash and grab, parking bus, get in, get out. That's why you work on set pieces. It lead up to game. Because you win game from dead ball situations. Am I wrong, Bob?
You're absolutely right, Stephen. Absolutely spot
They will
on.
now be absolute national heroes, them Paraguayans.
And all Germans are sat at home. Did you see that Holland-Morocco game? Oh, my
great
Lord.
game.
Hang on, don't tell me. I know the result. I haven't watched highlights yet.
Yeah, it's not fucking line of Jewy, Paul. It's World Cup. I mean, don't spoil it.
Steve, it's on at 4 o'clock in the morning. I've got a
series.
business to run. Hello? Remember this company that you work for? I've been running it in your absence. I can't be up at 4 o'clock watching football.
It's World Cup.
Tell you what mashes my head up out here.
Go on then.
Go on.
I'm watching a game in, like, I don't know, Louisville. Pitch black. It's pitch black. Then I'm watching a game in Canada and it's bright lights. It's daytime. Like, I'm sat there going, is that a different country or what?
It is.
I don't know if you've noticed, Earth's curved, Steve.
What's that got to do with it?
Because it's in a different country. There's altitude, what's the word? Curvature of the Earth. Affects the amount of light coming in at various points of the day. I tell you what I like, though, speaking of Brazil, Don Carlo Ancelotti. Can see myself as a bit of a young Don Carlo with me.
You're about the same age, aren't you?
He's smart. Hey, I'm much younger, but we both dress very smart. What I do like about him is how he handles temperamental and big name players. There'd have been none of that. What happened with you and Wynney with Don Carlo? None of that.
Well, I've
He'd
been
have
out
had
of
him well
country
under
3 weeks and he's doing meet and greets in Rotherham and he don't even play for us, Paul. So get an handle on that, mate. Then I'll start calling
He's
you
off
Carlo.
the reservation, Steve. He's off the reservation.
With all due respect, Don Carlo ain't got Kirk, the parrot basher, at centre-back, has he?
And who signed him?
Us.
Thank you, Robert.
You've not got long left, Bob. How many World Cups have you got left?
Well,
you want to see him win one?
This might be my last one. Probably
Jesus
is.
Christ. He's always dying. Why are you always dying?
Well, you must be desperate for us to win then, Bob.
I am, but I'm still not going to get out there and see it, am I?
How old were you in 1966? 21?
2.
Listen.
22?
No, I was 2.
Were you?
Yeah.
You've had heavy paper down you, Bob. Very heavy.
Have you been enjoying karaoke during hydration breaks?
I'll tell you what.
Go on, tell us.
This isn't me. This isn't strictly my view, but this is what I experienced. Croatia and Ghana game, the hydration breaks were booed. And I mean, hissing, booing. No one were bothered. Disgusting. Hydration break against Panama came about 30 seconds after Kane's goal. All Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi came on.
Good tune.
All stadiums going,
Good tune.
oh, we're
halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer.
It was like Roxy's nightclub. It was like Roxy's nightclub at MetLife.
So you think we should have hydration breaks then?
Depends on what, Bob.
What, in Colley Park? And we need an hydration break when it's 30 degrees?
You just don't want to do too much work. I know your game, mate.
Lazy.
You'd rather Tommy dehydrate and end up at A&E.
What would you do then, Bobby, with hydration? What's your solution?
Have a drink before you start the game, run about for 45 minutes, have a cup of tea, a Jaffa cake, and go out for the next 45 minutes.
A cup of tea?
He's done it
Who's
for
boiling
hundreds of
fucking
years,
kettle in
and it's
changing
been
rooms?
all right. You don't, you have a big tea urn.
All right, boys, we're going to have some questions from the audience. But before that, a little plug. Games Gone, the Steve Bracknell podcast at the World Cup, will now, I'm pleased to say, after some negotiations with the powers that be on the BBC iPlayer, alongside the Wayne Rooney Show, Football Data with Rick Edwards and Lloyd Griffiths. You can now watch us on the iPlayer. What about that, boys?
Bob, the bucket on big screen.
Are we on
Brilliant.
telly then?
On telly, Bob.
iPlayer.
No way, on telly.
Honestly, if our Nikki watches iPlayer at all time, she's scrolling down. Have a David Attenborough, Peaky Blinders.
I get it for Antiques Roadshow.
She's going to see my mug.
Oh dear.
Brilliant. Well done, everybody. We deserve it.
A fantastic
This is what I
deal.
mean about Bracknell-Mania. Fuck it, spreading global. We're global.
I've obviously jumped onto LinkedIn this week. Thank the powers that be.
Fucking LinkedIn. Facebook for absolute fucking turnips.
Hey. We're doing business.
Great TED talk this week from Seb at fucking Go Tech. Fucking great. Fuck off. Stop talking
Listen.
like you're a fucking robot.
This is our Wheels of Industry turn, Steve. Let's have his first question.
Hi lads, I've got a question this time for Steve. A couple episodes ago on the podcast you said that you would rather the Royal Oak win a trophy than England win the World Cup. But now that you've been to America and experienced some of the World Cup games, experienced being with the England fans, do you change your mind or do you still think you'd rather the Royal Oak win a trophy? Cheers lads.
All right, here they go trying to probe me.
Tough.
They want a quote. I get that. Listen, I still stand by the fact I want to lift the trophy with Royal Oak, Meadowhall Premier League, or I can see Bob nodding, Imperial League trophy. That'll always be the case. Club of a country. I get that. However, I can't help. I had a moment with me son on Brooklyn Bridge. I'd done 5 parties.
You'll get
in one
arrested.
night.
You get arrested for that.
Exactly.
What?
Having a moment with yourself on
No,
Brooklyn Bridge.
I wasn't having a wank.
dirty
Fucking
bastard.
looking at the
Whoa.
looking at the skyscrapers.
Crude.
I had a moment with me son. I was looking out on Brooklyn Bridge over at, Manhattan skyline. And I couldn't help but feel like stars had aligned for England to lift this World Cup. And I got right emotional. I just thought, this is where it's all fitting into place. All them mornings we were picking Housey up on a Sunday when he were late. All money we've tried to raise over years. Fallouts me and PP's had. Bobby the Bucket and all, And I just looked, and viral success and podcast and all that. And I just thought, this is meant to be.
What is?
England lifting World Cup on July 19th after I've travelled through tournament. It's just meant to be.
Not a chance.
And if that happens, and we achieve that, and we experience that, it'll change our country. We need it. This country needs England to win World Cup. I'm telling you now. We've argued for too long. We need something to bring us together.
But the question
says
is,
it on a-
who would you rather win? Royal Oak or England?
Royal Oak.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, England's a southern team. They play down south. We had to get a
Small
watch 'em.
time mentality, you two. Second question.
There was a funny story this week of Rooney hunting down the same clothes as Mauricio Pochettino because he loved his outfit so much. But who would be your managerial style icon? Thanks, Lydia.
Well, obviously, as a manager in the game that's known for his sartorial elegance, I think Carlo Ancelotti. Similar sort of drip, I believe, is the phrase used by the youth. Who's your style icon as a manager?
No hesitation. Brian Clough. Sweatshirt, tracky bottoms, ready to do the job. He's a coach, not a bank manager.
I like it, Bob. Can't fault it.
Go on then, Steve. What manager would you like to dress like?
Style icon. Fergie, a 1994 Fergie.
Oh,
No, you know them big long jackets they used to have down to the knees?
yeah, I used to like them. Yeah.
Proper little notebook in top pocket. Chewing chuddy.
Do you know who don't get credit for probably for obvious reasons, getting controversy surrounding him, but who were a bit of a style icon, late 80s, early 90s? Big Ron Atkinson.
Oh, with
Big Mac.
jumbo glasses.
Big
and
specs.
They should have let him smoke a cigar on sidelines.
Fantastic. Love out like that, me. Love out like that. Next question.
All right, Steve, Bob and Paul. With the club just surviving in Division E and teams around you strengthening, Mosborough have signed a few players. I'm wondering if, Steve, whilst you've been out at World Cup, have you found any players who you think you can entice to come and strengthen the Oak side so we can kick on and catch the Nag's head? Cheers, fellas.
Thank you for your question. I were missing football that much. I haven't told you a lot of this. I organised a little game.
Did you?
On a rooftop in New York. Do you know what's big out over here? That cage football.
What?
Same in London. But it's all, Bob, they're playing on like 2x3 pitches. Can't move.
What is it for your side, like?
Oh, you can't, because of the lack of space, they're all playing in these cages, like little hamsters. Like little hamsters going on fucking little wheels. Honestly. But I went down, did a few drills with him, but it's no good. It's all right working on touch, fit kicks, flicks. They're all video in the sense for fucking TikToks. I thought, I'm all right signing one of this lot, and then they end up at baiting away.
Yeah.
And it's fucking rock hard, and they've got an absolute brute up front who's elbowing you in fucking chest.
You can't do your flicks in that then, can you?
So you've been the length and breadth of North America and you've not seen one player any good?
Been busy, Paul. Very busy.
Surprised Aldo's not flown up to see you.
Well, I've had a word with Russell O'Neill at Guiseley, and he's got some of his youth team that he says we can have a look at.
I went to get a Cortado from Cafe Tucci in Sheffield the other day. Both Tucci brothers asking me about signing, and yet again.
We should have signed them too.
They both turned up with a fucking Golden Virginia in their hand, and they were 24 stone.
Stefano's lost a few pounds. He's been on jab.
No, Bob brought him because he were called Stefano, because in his little mind, that meant he were a good football player.
You don't know he ain't a good football player. You never gave him a chance.
Baresi and Totti, you told me.
Maldini.
Please do keep sending us your World Cup themed voice notes and messages. Steve, how can they reach us?
They can reach me on steve@bbc.co.uk.
Please do WhatsApp us on 0800 783 1997. Thank you for watching this special World Cup edition of the Games Gone, the Steve Bracknell podcast. Please do subscribe, comment, follow, share, like and hype. Listen to us on BBC Sounds and watch on YouTube. We will be producing some very special World Cup episodes throughout and some live streams to boot. What are you having in there then, Steve, to eat?
I want the fattest thing. I want the thing that's got the most calories in, I think. But this diner's speciality, it's a biscuit, like a scone, with fried buttermilk chicken with like this white gravy on it. Mental. And then I'm going to finish it off with apple pie. Sweet apple pie.
I love that. Apple crumble I like though, with loads of custard.
Bob, the pies over in America are often sweet. It takes a lot to get your head around, but once you're up and rolling, enough pies, mate.
Do they have
enough
custard?
Pies. I'll ask. Next time we talk, on next episode, I'll have an answer for you, mate, all right?
Fantastic. If they do apple crumble and custard, I'm over there.
All right, mate.
Games Gone, the Steve Bracknell podcast, is a Persophonica production for BBC Sounds. Remember to like, comment and subscribe.